Shouts out to King Rebel. This is your boy Uncle RICO.
Police say a concrete block was used to kill an 87-year-old woman inside her home last week. Andre Buggs is charged with killing Anita Thompson. Police documents say several hours after the murder, he admitted to a neighbor that he broke into a home. And surveillance video from the time of the murder appears to show him carrying that large block, the murder weapon. Fox 4's David Centenary is live with our update tonight. David.
Well, Steve, Buggs has an extensive criminal history, including theft, burglary. He's pled guilty to those, including sexual assault with a child. Now we're digging through more public records that tell us exactly how police were led to him as a murder suspect. Andre Buggs is in jail, charged with murdering his mother's neighbor and close friend, 87-year-old Anita Thompson.
You know, she didn't deserve to go the way she did.
Now, new details surrounding the killing and how Dallas police were led to Buggs.
Everybody in the family is just asking, like, why her?
Dallas police believe Buggs killed Thompson with a strike to the head using some sort of concrete block.
Why couldn't she just go peacefully?
Police obtained surveillance footage from a neighbor. It showed a man matching Buggs' description entering the 87-year-old's home, holding the piece of concrete, and leaving without it 3 minutes later. A neighbor who gave Buggs a ride several hours later told investigators Buggs appeared to be high on drugs and made a statement that he broke into a house.
I know if he was in his right mind, that he probably wouldn't have done it to my grandmother.
Thompson's family forgives him, but they still can't believe what happened.
And I talked to her that morning, too.
Her great-granddaughter says she was her best friend. They recently recorded a dance video.
I said, Granny, you got that body, yada, yada. She said, yes, Pootie.
She recalls their last conversation.
Then I was like, Granny. And she was like, huh? And I was like, I love you, girl. She was like, girl, I love you, too. And she was like, yeah, my phone. I was like, okay.
Buggs' criminal history includes a 10-year prison sentence for aggravated sexual assault of a child. He's a registered sex offender. Police actually had an active warrant out for him for failure to report.
I don't sleep. I haven't slept.
Thompson's family never envisioned, after 87 years, murder would be her ending.
You know, you just let the Lord deal with it. You just let the man upstairs deal with it, and then, you know, he'll have to deal with it himself.
The arrest affidavit mentions that Buggs' mother has a spare key to Thompson's home, but the affidavit does not say whether or not he used that key to get inside. His bond is set right now at $550,000.
They're gonna make this short, but not so short. Here in Dallas, Texas, we just lost an 87-year-old senior that was a female due to violence within her own community. This disturbs me highly because when do we understand there's no boundaries, brothers and sisters, among our own people? She's home and can't be safe. She's a part of a community that can't be trusted. Not saying the neighbors of the community can't be trusted, but how do we tell wolves in sheep clothing? How can we tell the difference when you've known your neighbors since you've been there? And one of your neighbors, and my heart goes out to her too, son, a 54-year-old man, may be under the influence of drugs, decides that he's going to break in his mother's neighbor's house, her friend, and take her life. What were the boundaries? 87. Can't be safe in her own community and in her own house. Breaks in her house, not once but twice. And the last time takes her life. First time he broke in, she called 911 and couldn't get through. No one came out from the police department. Second time he breaks in the house, he takes her life. And I commend, and my heart goes out to her family for them being compassionate and showing forgiveness. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I love my people. I'll be the first one to tell you none of us are perfect. But the boundary, 87, decent community, his family well recognized and respected. And you don't have no boundary in how far you will go, whether you under the influence or not. Where do we get the resources to help our older men and our younger men if there is no one to be aware that they need help? It's reported on the news. He has a criminal record, and he's a registered sex offender who they had a warrant out for his arrest. So when he interacts with the neighbors and the community, how far do we go to keep an eye, an extended eye, on him? Because of the threat and the danger that he places those who come around him or the surroundings that he places himself in. And she was, if I'm not mistaken, a part of the Neighborhood Crime Watch Committee. Yeah, I'm for demonstration, I'm for marching, I'm for singing. Where do we go after that? How long do we do that? All these gangsters, these Crips, these Bloods, and I'm guilty of being a part of it. But I woke up, I grew up, I became a man. At what point in time do we decide that we need to take back our communities and extend our neighborhood crime watch? Start patrolling our own neighborhoods. Start having shifts where we go through to make sure no one is sneaking and thinking they're not being seen or heard too bad to break in and take someone's life. That's a mother, that's a grandmother, that's a 87, that's a veteran, a senior in the community. When do we stop and dig deep within ourselves to say, would I want that to happen to my mama under any excuse? Well, if I wouldn't break into my mama's house and take my mama's life, why would I think under the influence I don't have enough to stop and ask somebody for help because the thoughts is going through my mind when I wouldn't do my mama like that, but I'll do somebody else's mama like that? We gotta get ourselves under control and together. Brothers, if you need help out there, seek some help. If you know a brother that needs help, no matter who he is to you, seek him some help. Seek help for him. Don't overlook this is your brother, your son, your uncle, your father. Because what he clearly has a conscience not to do to his own mama, to his own family, he did to someone else's. Brothers and sisters, let's get back to loving one another, caring for one another. Stop putting each other down. If your brother need help, help him. If your sister need help, help her. And if you can't provide no help with him, turn their ass in. He had a warrant for his arrest as a registered sex offender. Turn his ass in. Keep an eye and an extended eye on everything moving in your neighborhood. Texas, Dallas especially. 911, we gotta get that shit together. Neighborhoods, thugs, Crips, Bloods, whatever it is that you got going on a street level, let's turn it around. We gotta go back to them Black Panther days. We gotta go back to them days when it was us monitoring and taking control over the community. They say it's a such thing as a citizen arrest. I don't know. Why don't we put that theory to test? Let's test that theory. Let's get organized. Let's come together and let's make sure that we try our best not to let something like this happen within our own community, within our own homes and our own family. We gotta come together and wake up. There's so much love given out to these other nations that we don't have none for ourselves. And if we do have some, it needs to be more of it. We got a generation coming that we gotta educate, that we gotta teach that you're not just providers, you're protectors. We gotta get back to respecting and loving our elders. We gotta get back to being examples, and the right examples, to our young folks. We've been killing each other, but now it's to an extreme rate. Because we don't even have to have a just cause. It could just be a thought process. We want something so bad. We need to have what they got. I don't care. You in my neighborhood. You ain't supposed to be. People, we're going to look up, and every nation outside of us is going to outnumber us greatly. Because we don't love ourselves enough to stop, to get back to principles and morals, to get back to being that holy nation that we're supposed to be. And a lot of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and what I mean. Thank you.